Okay, check 1 2 1 2 1 2. These intros are pretty clunky. I realize that. Let's see here. Okay. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm on an hour early today because I don't know when I'll get another minute to do this, and I have a window of time to do it today. I know I want them at 12, and going forward they will be at 12. They should be at 12, and they will be usually. But anyway, enough of the housekeeping stuff. Let's get right into it because I really don't have too much time today, but I need to make sure I get these podcasts out. I hope you guys are doing great. Life of a salesperson, right? So anyway, today I wanted to talk about the importance of focus, and it may not seem like something, I'm not sure how you think about it, but I can tell you that it's one of the most powerful tools in your toolbox, more than money. You know, the focus will lead to the money, or credit or leverage. This will leverage you into becoming who you want to be sooner, and you know, it's kind of the fast track to becoming you. Now, the salesperson you were always meant to be or want to be, or you know, increasing sales in your company for your sales teams is kind of driving this concept home. And that idea is, you know, you've got all these different animals in the world, and some of them have claws and teeth, and you know, the toucan has a huge colorful nose, and I'm the one to talk, right? You know, and you know, you have all these different variations of animals with different powers or different strengths that they have. And the strongest power that human beings have is actually focus, right? Focus is our superpower. And if it's used wisely, it's seriously the most lethal thing. And when you start focusing in on something, I mean, you literally choose the things you put in your mind. And I think if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're having a slow morning, you know, look into things to help you feel better. Look into ideas that help people get going in the morning, whether it's taking a cold shower, whether it's list making for your goals. You know, you want to get organized and focus in on exactly what you need to do, and that way you get to the finish line sooner so you can get to your next goal. So another thing I want to stress is, you know, working on one thing at a time. I definitely am a culprit of this, and I have an issue sometimes of thinking I can get so much done and multitask, but I think focusing in on one business or one job that you have until you get it to the level where, you know, they're so busy, or you've sort of eclipsed as far as you can go in there, and then you can kind of work on a side hustle or give yourself a money goal, because without a target, where do you aim? So if you were to go, yeah, I want to make $100,000 this quarter, okay, for instance, and that's a pretty good quarter in terms of what I do. But so what are the steps to get you there? Okay, what and you really need to look at it. You really need to focus in, and all the other ideas and all the other distractions need to get out of your way so you can focus and dial in on this one thing, and you can achieve it. And once you've done that, then you can set yourself up for the next idea. So I cannot stress that enough. Try to find one idea to really focus in on, complete it, and go to the next one. Especially if you're one of these people that, you know, and I was listening to Clubhouse earlier, and they talked about serial entrepreneurs. And now everyone wants to be a quote-unquote serial entrepreneur or CEO. And that's great. I mean, all for them. I think that's great. I hope people are successful. But it's really a very delicate process you need to follow, a very intricate process to achieve those things. And it's going to take a lot of sweat. It's going to take a lot of focus. And you can't let anything else divert your focus. You have to get right in there. And that's why I'm so adamant about getting on here and getting these podcasts, for better or for worse, because I'm focused. I'm focused on the goal of making these podcasts, of making this company successful, and helping as many people, as many sales teams, as many companies as I possibly can, to show them how, you know, sales isn't a bad thing. Marketing isn't a bad thing. It's not an ugly thing. It's actually something that I had to come to terms with. But it's a wonderful thing, and it will help you break out and get known. Because what a good idea without sales and marketing is just that. It's a good idea. It's floating around. Everyone's got them. It's the action you take. It's the focus on the process and the action you take to achieve that goal. And remember, our superpower. That's our superpower as human beings. We have the power to focus. Read those business books. Listen to those business podcasts like you are now. Okay? Listen to audiobooks if you don't like to read. And I used to think that you had to read to be successful, but now people are getting information in a lot of different ways. But make sure you're getting the right information and get a lot of information. That way you can sort of decipher between the really good info and the bad and what's fluff and what's not. And it will take listening to a lot. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I can tell right away in 5 minutes whether it's going to be another fluffy ad-filled podcast or it's going to be nice and meaty and good. Okay, eat the meat and throw away the bones. Right? That's another saying. But, right, eat the banana and throw away the banana peel. So separate the good info from the bad and focus in on it. And if you don't know taxes, focus in on learning how to hire a good CPA, which I'm in the process of doing, or learn the tax code yourself, or you should be somewhat versed on the tax code. See if you want to be a CEO. Every night, go to the Fortune 500 company. Here's an idea for you. Make a list of all the Fortune 500 companies and start watching all the CEOs on YouTube. Just watch their mannerisms. Take notes. Listen to what they say. What does the speaker ask them? How do they answer it? What line of work are they in? Educate yourself. Just cram it all in your brain. Some people call it like brain bathing. Just soak it all in and organize it. Digest it, organize it, and keep moving forward and implementing it. And you'll be amazed with the success you'll have. People can sense that organization. They can sense that, through the phone. When you've got all the things you've talked about last time, you've got all your notes there. People really do sense that. And it will increase your sales. One more thing I can stress is know your numbers. Okay, you need to know your numbers, and that's something I got from listening to a lot of Clubhouse. And if you're not on Clubhouse, it's kind of like an invite-only app, but sign up, go ahead and secure your name, and eventually I'm sure you'll get a pass in. I had some real estate person I didn't really know that I might have done one or two things with invite me in. So I'm in. I can't, it's hard to turn it off. I was up till 3 a.m. last night. My wife was forcing me to go to bed because I'm listening to Clubhouse and all these great ideas that they're sharing. There's a couple rooms in there that are they are a lightning rod for information, and I'm just so excited with it. So I would definitely recommend Clubhouse. Here's an example of it now. You just got a bunch of people talking on the app.
You want to do is try to at least liquidate some of your spend or make
so you liquidate some of your spending. Like, they'll give you these real actionable ideas, and these are some of the greatest coaches in the world. So I definitely would suggest doing that to help build your focus on what you're trying to really do. And take the advice. Sometimes it seems harsh, and it does. It might hurt your feelings sometimes, but sometimes you need to hear that. You need the tough love in business, because business. Yes, the woo-woo stuff works sometimes, but really at the end of the day, what's the ROI? What's going to make me money? How am I going to be successful? That's what your clients care about. How can you help them? What's in it for them? With, right? What's in it for them? With them. What's in it for me? So, okay, and I think that's going to be it for this podcast, because I'm going to focus and get back to work now and get some of this work done. Basically, what I've done is I've made a list of all the condominiums in my area, and I'm going to either cold call them or send an email. Maybe I'll start with email, and if someone replies, I go from there. So it's a process that I follow that I know that works to get me to where I want to go. It's just the attrition of the process. Okay? So I hope some of these ideas helped. If so, make sure to subscribe so you can come back for next week. I don't need to tell you that. If you like the show, you'll subscribe. That's fine. I don't have all these fancy lights and intros yet. But we're here, and we're giving you actionable steps. And I'm just so thrilled to be on here talking to you guys. And I'm so excited for next week. I think I'm going to get on Thursday. If I don't, then I'll definitely see you Tuesday. I'm going to call this a Tuesday-only podcast, though, because that's kind of the way it's going. But I will try, I would like to get on some Thursdays and maybe share some ideas of, how to overcome the early week hangover, or when you're feeling kind of down and out, steps you can take to help you out there. So that'll probably be the next show's topic. So thanks again for joining me. If you'd like to get on a phone call and talk about different options of coaching and how I could help you, my rates are pretty low now, and they won't stay this low. So I think it'd be a great time to join me and kind of grandfather, quote unquote, yourself into a better price. But I have weekly rates, I have monthly rates, and I have an annual membership that I'm starting to build out. And again, my number is, you can call me or you can leave a 30-second voicemail telling me why you think we're a good fit. And that number is 773-610-2486. Thanks again. This is Greg with Can1 Company. Have a profitable day. It is possible. Get that focus right, and we'll see you soon. Take